Okay, so let's get back into it. Continuing with this sample project that Revit comes with. And those of you who are following along, there is a sample project for Revit 2024 that I am doing trying to duplicate the plumbing part of it as close as possible. It's not going to be an identical duplication, but I'm having fun with it. And from the last time, I left off with this vent system, and this is level 4 sanitary. But what I also need is a level 4 water. And what I've done is I've duplicated off of the architecture level 4, and this is the level 4, and I duplicated that level and renamed it to suit the plumbing model. So after looking at the vent system as close as possible, this is a riser, and the rest of this, like I was saying in the earlier video, however your company calls out all of this information is up to you. There are so many ways to call this plumbing riser, this vent riser. So I'm gonna leave that. I might touch on some of the call outs, but I'm not concerned about it right now. What I want to do is open up another system on L4 level, and what I'm seeing is this is the water level, but there's also sanitary which covers this water level, but I don't want to show this sanitary. This is a sanitary system on level 4, on the level 4 water level. So what I'm going to need to do is filter that guy out. I'm going to filter the system out. And what I don't have is a filter system. So let's do that. Let's create a filter system. Let's see what I can add it. Okay, I'm gonna add the cold water and hot water. Say okay to that. I didn't see, there's no sanitary. So now what's gonna have to happen is I need to create a filter for my sanitary, because I want my water on, but I don't want my sanitary on. So I need to create a filter. I'm gonna say okay with this, and I'm gonna need to go back into my model and find out what kind of system type it is. And it is one is a sanitary vent, and which is the vent system, and my sanitary system is sanitary building. Okay. So now that I have those two, I can write them down, but because there's only 2 of them, I hope I can remember those 2. Let's see what happens. So I go back to my filters. So I type VV on the screen, go to filters, and what I don't want to add. Add is if it's existing. So all document filters are defined and modified here. So I want to define one. So I go edit, new. And what I want to do is duplicate this sanitary. Revit allows you to duplicate a lot of the systems, more like a template. And then from there you can modify it, whether it's families, levels, copy, edit, just copy as much information as possible. You're going to be doing a lot of that when you're using Revit. You're going to be copying pipes and changing the system types. You're going to be changing elevations. You're going to be duplicating views, and just so much to do in Revit. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. So here, what I want to do is duplicate. And I want to duplicate, and I can name it I want to rename it, but I can name it, I could call it sanitary project. I'm gonna call it sanitary underscore waste. Okay, so that's the new one. And for my vent system, that's interesting. I like to use the sanitary for vent also. I can duplicate it. And well, before we do that, let's go. I'm gonna highlight contains, and over on the right hand side, this says contains sanitary. If I change this to wait a minute. There's sanitary building. Okay, let me cancel, and go add. So I have it here. Okay. Where's the vent? I don't see the vent. There's sanitary building. I'll say okay to that and go back and use my vent system. This is where, okay, let's go back. Sanitary building equals sanitary building as a system type. So if I choose vent, let's go back, equals, all selection equals, where is it? Equals sanitary vent. Now see, I forgot. I'm gonna say okay to this. And what system is this on? Sanitary vent. Okay, let's go back. Let's take our time. Don't panic. Let's not panic. I know it's not here. I'm going to cancel and do this. And man, let's duplicate this and rename and call it vent system. Okay, vent system contains equals. Where is it? It should be here. Sanitary. Oh, here we go. System classification. I want system type. Okay, that's why you never panic. Just take your time. Don't panic, because you could come in here and say equals, and you'll say, okay, equals, like I was doing, and say, oh my God, what happened? Why is it not listed? And then you would cancel, and you would go back, and you would say, oh, why doesn't it say it? So just be careful. Just slow down. Just slow down. And look at all your parameters. You know, this is a parameter. And you want system type. And here you want sanitary vent. Okay, and down here, hide unchecked categories. So all of these you want as part of your vent system. And also it's going to be part of your sanitary building. I'm going to say okay to this before I mess anything up. Let's go down and click this vent system and go back. What was I saying? Has something to do with, where is it? Sanitary building, unchecked, and these are this is part of the system that will be included in the filter. Okay, so I'm gonna say okay to this and come to my vent and hot water, turn those two off and say okay, and they don't go off. Why not? Uh-oh. So, what have we got here? Filter. Oh. Oh, where's my coffee? I'm not having my coffee this morning. I meant to turn off the sanitary system. Okay. Man. Okay. So, this is my cold water, and it's on my domestic cold water system type. And let's make sure that the filters are performing correctly. I'm going to turn it off. I don't know what enable filter. This is confusing to me. Enable filter and then visibility. So if I turn off the domestic cold water, it should go off. Undo this. Now, if I go back and look at my filter and enable filter, if I turn that off and turn off visibility, my domestic cold water should continue to show on that view. If what I'm thinking is correct. So if I want to enable the filter, I have to check it. But if I don't want to enable the filter, then I uncheck it. And if I turn off my visibility and not enable the filter, then my domestic cold water will continue to show. Watch this, watch this, watch this. Exactly. Now, what I got a problem with is why would I do that? Why would I do that? I mean, by default, the visibility is enabling the filter, isn't it? I mean, that's what it says. Where is it? Filters. Okay, so I guess I'm not the only one in the crowd that's that does things his way, and it don't matter what nobody else say. So whatever that is, you want. It just makes sense to control everything from this one column. Maybe there's a reason for this, maybe, but I don't see it. So I want to come over here and continue with my cold water. Okay. So what's happened is, let's go back over here. Let's move this filter. Let's move this section here. And what I'm going to need to do is supply this bathroom with cold water, and I'm going to tap off. This cold water is going all the way down to the parking area, and let's just do a lesson in that. Okay, so let's see. This is going to be a lesson in visibility. There's so many. I think what I'm going to do is wait until my next video to go over section views and how to manipulate, or not manipulate, but how to view information, because I need to bring in the HVAC model and how to navigate pipes through a building where you're aware of the mechanical the mechanical model, which has ducts and air handling units and air diffusers and other mechanical equipment, and also where, in order to navigate through your model, you're going to have to look at the structure model, not only just the structure model, the architect's model, and the mechanical model. Those three are the main models that the plumbing, piping drafter is concerned about. And what I want to go over, what view is this one? Okay, so I'm going to right click and highlight. That's one, and this is our pipe. Okay, and because let's close this one down. And because of the tight view that I'm seeing, what's going to end up is you're actually looking at what your pipe is interfering with in the ceiling space. Now these three lines represent the ceiling from the architect's model. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to choose tab, hover over, have my mouse hover over these three lines and choose tab. Well, let me turn it on first. I can select and choose tab and highlight it, and it will show you that it is a compound ceiling. Okay, so there's so much to do in this project. I like this. I was gonna say I love this project. That would be getting a little bit too carried away, because sometimes I hate this project. But it's a really nice way of looking at how models are put together, how the architect put its model together, how the mechanical put its model together, and how also the plumbing, how the plumbing model looks. Because I use the plumbing model as a guide. This is the sample plumbing, and if I turn that on, you'll see that what's happening is this plumbing model. Where is it? This plumbing model is, I think I'm off a little bit. Is that the right one? Let's see. Oh, okay, there's so much to this. I guess I can move this up, but I have to see. So what I'm doing, the blue line is from the sample model. And what I can do is line up the two. And this is my model that I'm duplicating, or just coming as close as possible to it. Okay, so this is the model that I'm working on now. And from what I can see, the sample model has the cold water coming in right behind the washer. Okay, so I'm going to continue doing this fun project. So for the next time, and whatever I covered today, guys, I hope it helped, and I will talk to you guys later.